Hello, welcome and welcome back. You know who it is, but I'm going to tell you my name is Keisha. What are we, day 30? Heck yeah, day 30 of our Lenten lessons. Let's do this. Let's close our eyes. Deep breath in. Just take a few of these. With each breath, just releasing the busyness and the cares of the day. If you feel like anyone is corded to you or any situation is stuck on you, go ahead and release that cord and let it fall away. Let it return back to source. And likewise, if you feel corded to any person or situation or any particular outcome, go ahead and let that go. Return it back to source. Untethered and free. See yourself surrounded by a column of white light. And breathe in that light. Feel that light smoothing over those connected points that we just released. Healing you, leaving you whole. The light fills in the space between the cells. It quickens the cells. And we are now enlivened and brightened. We are sparkling and radiant. And just notice how the light fills in all the spaces, leaving you at peace. And your mind clear. Heart open. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. There we go. All right, so day 30. Well, we're going to read from Luke, chapter 6, verses 37 through 49. Chapter 6, verses 37 through 49. Okay. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye mete withal, it shall be measured to you again. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? The disciple is not above his master, but every one is perfect shall be as his master. Let me read that again. The disciple is not above his master, but every one that is perfect shall be as his master. And why beholdest thou the mote, that it is thy brother's eye, but perceivest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Either how canst thou say to thy brother, Brother, let me pull the mote out of thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to put out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me, and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house, and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon the house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. And so on to Fillmore. Divine judgment. Human judgment is a mental act of evaluation through comparison or contrast. Intellectual man always judges his fellow man. Divine judgment is of spiritual consciousness. When we awaken to the reality of our divinity, the light begins to break on us from within, and we know the truth. This is the quickening of our judgment faculty. This faculty may be exercised in two ways, from sense perception or spiritual understanding. If its action is based on sense, its conclusions are fallible and often condemnatory. If on spiritual understanding, they are safe. The judgment faculty discerns truth and balances the faculties in righteousness. In the scriptures, judgment is often applied to the action of divine mind in its work of judging, especially to the experiences that come to man through the working out of the law of justice. Man redeems this faculty by placing it in the absolute, by declaring and realizing that its origin is in God and all its conclusions are based on truth. This gives a working center from which the I am brings to set our thought world in order. I do not judge others as regards their guilt or innocence. I consider myself and how I stand in the sight of the Father. I begin reform with myself. The judgment seat of Christ is within me, and a judging or discerning between the true and the false is going on daily in me as an overcomer. I am daily reaping the results of my thoughts and my deeds. And so we affirm, my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father. Fabulous. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the day. Take this out with you and see what it gives you. We'll see you.